Hi everybody, this is the Automation Mentor. One of the biggest mistakes people make with lead scoring in ActiveCampaign is giving random points for random actions. Someone opens 3 emails, gets 5 points. Visits a page, gets 10 points. Downloads something, gets another 20. The problem is that after a few weeks, almost everyone has a high score and the sales team stops trusting it. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact lead scoring system I would use inside ActiveCampaign. It is simple, easy to maintain, and most importantly, it tells you who is actually ready to buy. The first thing you need to understand is that there are actually 2 different score types in ActiveCampaign: contact scores and deal scores. Contact scores are used to measure how engaged a lead is. Deal scores are used after someone is already inside your sales pipeline. For most businesses, the contact score is the most important place to start because it helps you decide who should go to sales, who should stay in nurturing, and who is not interested yet. The system I recommend uses 3 separate categories of scoring. First, fit score. Second, engagement score. Third, buying intent score. Most people combine everything into one giant score, and that is exactly why their system becomes confusing. If someone has 85 points, you need to know why. Are they the right type of lead? Are they highly engaged? Or are they showing strong buying signals right now? Keeping these categories separate makes your lead scoring much easier to trust. Let's start with fit score. Fit score is based on who the person is, not what they do. For example, if you sell to small businesses, you could give points based on company size. If you only work with people in specific countries, you could give points for location. If you only want decision makers, you could give points for job titles like founder, CEO, marketing director, or owner. You can also subtract points if someone is not a good fit. For example, students, competitors, job seekers, or people outside your target market. Next is engagement score. This score measures whether people are actually interacting with your brand. I would avoid putting too much value on email opens because open tracking is less reliable than it used to be. Instead, I would focus more on clicks, website visits, replies, form submissions, webinar registrations, and important page visits like pricing pages or demo pages. A good engagement score should reward recent activity and remove points when people become inactive. This expiration setting is one of the most important parts of lead scoring. If someone clicked a lot of emails 6 months ago but has done nothing since then, they should not still look like a hot lead today. Inside ActiveCampaign, you can make points expire after a certain amount of time. For engagement-related actions, I usually recommend somewhere between 30 and 90 days, depending on how long your sales cycle is. This keeps your score fresh and helps sales focus on leads that are active right now. Now let's talk about buying intent score. This is where you track the actions that usually happen right before a lead becomes a customer. For example, visiting the pricing page multiple times, booking a demo, starting a free trial, replying to a sales email, visiting comparison pages, downloading a proposal, returning to the website multiple times in a short period. These actions should have much higher point values because they indicate real buying intent. For behaviors that happen multiple times, like repeated website visits or repeated email clicks, do not rely only on the normal score rules. Instead, create automations that dynamically adjust the score every time the action happens. For example, every time someone visits your pricing page, you could add 5 points. Every time someone clicks an important email link, you could add another 3 points. The key is making sure the automation is set to run multiple times. You should also subtract points when people become less engaged. For example, minus 10 points if they do not open or click emails for 30 days. Minus 20 points if they unsubscribe from a list. Minus 15 points if they stop visiting the site. Minus 25 points if a deal sits inactive for too long. Negative scoring is important because it keeps your database clean and prevents old leads from looking more valuable than they really are. Once your scoring is working, the next step is to create score thresholds. For example, 0 to 20 points means cold lead. 21 to 50 points means warm lead. 51 to 80 points means marketing qualified lead. 81 points or more means sales qualified lead. When someone crosses one of these thresholds, you can automatically trigger automations. For example, when someone becomes a sales qualified lead, you could automatically create a deal, assign it to a salesperson, and send a notification to the team. If you use the CRM inside ActiveCampaign, you can also create deal scores after someone enters your pipeline. This helps sales reps prioritize which opportunities are most likely to close. For example, you can add points when a deal moves to a later stage, when someone replies to a personal email, or when a proposal is viewed. You can also subtract points if a deal stays stuck in the same stage for too long. One final tip. Keep your lead scoring system simple. The best lead scoring systems are not the ones with 50 rules. They are the ones that sales and marketing teams actually trust and use every day. Start with a small number of meaningful signals, review your scores every month, and adjust the points based on what your best customers actually do before they buy. That is the exact system I would use in ActiveCampaign. If this video helped you understand how to build a better lead scoring system in ActiveCampaign, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more tutorials about automations, email marketing, CRM strategies, and ActiveCampaign best practices. And in the comments, let me know what is the biggest challenge you have with lead scoring right now. I would love to see how you are using it in your business.